The Everybody Book. Hi, I'm Jen Elledge. I'm a sexual health expert and the founder of the Talk Institute, and I'm here to help you talk to your kids about sex and growing up. I have another book here that I found in my local library. It's called The Everybody Book, and this is an LGBTQ plus inclusive guide for kids about sex, gender, bodies, and families. It was written by an LCSW named Rachel Simon, and it was illustrated by Noah Grigney. This would be a great book for somebody who is a part of this community, a parent that is a part of this community, wanting to make sure that their children understood it a little bit more, or if they suspected that their child may be a part of this community, or you just want to be really open with your kids, okay? But I definitely thought there's pieces of it that felt like it might be a little more geared towards a parent that is a part of this community, okay? So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get into it, and you can be the judge for yourself. All right, the Everybody Book. Here's some of the subjects in the chapters, okay? So there's 13 chapters, about 92 pages, okay? We got sex, what's that? Sex and gender, bodies and their parts, growing up, physical and emotional changes of puberty, love and attraction, sexual intercourse, egg and sperm, what do they do, pregnancy, birth, different types of families, keeping your body safe, sex in the media, and more resources, okay? The book, the images are very realistic, and they're also very diverse. So you'll see bodies of all types, of all genders, talking about all different things. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some of that, and then kind of what the book sounds like, okay? All right. The first part is sex, what's that? That's just their intro, and then they go into sex and gender. When babies are born, one of the first questions people ask is whether the baby is a boy or a girl. They're actually asking about the biological sex of the baby. Biological sex is assigned or labeled when babies are born based on the visible parts, body parts they have. Lots of our body parts are the same, no matter what sex we are. Most of us have arms and legs, fingers and toes, eyes, nose, and mouths too. Our genitals, which are the private parts between our legs, are different. If a baby has a penis, the baby is assigned male. If a baby has a vulva, the baby is assigned female. There are also differences inside the bodies of babies with different biological sexes. These are chromosomes, which contain the genes that babies get from their parents. Babies who are assigned female have different chromosomes from babies that are assigned male. And then also it says, it goes into intersex here, okay? So most people are assigned male and female for their biological sex. However, some babies are born intersex. That means they are born with bodies that aren't easily defined as male or female. These babies might have some body parts that doctors expect to find on bodies assigned to male and some parts that are assigned to female. Okay, so it goes into the very specific differences there. Gender is different from biological sex. Gender involves society's expectations about how girls and boys are supposed to behave and express themselves, and then it goes into about that. It talks about cisgender and transgender in here as well, and it talks about pronouns. Some people identify as a boy or as a girl. Others identify sometimes as a boy and sometimes as a girl and sometimes both. And some people don't feel like a boy or girl at all. Non-binary is a word to describe genders that are not boy or girl. Pronouns are the words we use when talking about a boy or a girl or a non-binary person. Some people like to use he and him pronouns, some like to use she and her, and some people like to use they and them. What's most important is to respect who people are, what they want to be called, and understand that is what makes them feel best on the inside. Calling someone by the wrong pronouns can be very hurtful and is called misgendering. So that's the sex and gender part. I'm going to show you some of the images that are in the book as well. Chapter 3 is body and their parts. You can see all the parts there. And then it goes into what's inside as well. Here's some of the images for the inside. And the boys. Real straightforward, just anatomy. It's fine, totally fine. Here's the outside structures. So this book says it's for 8 to 12-year-olds. I'd say more like 10 to 12. This shouldn't be the first book you read with your kid. Like, you do like some simpler ones and then get into this, okay? If you decide that you like to. All right, chapter 4, growing up and physical and emotional changes of puberty. Here's some of the images that are in there about menstruation. You can see some pads here. Here's something about erections, so that you'll see an image of that. Okay, it talks about self-touching, all the different changes, and then when you see the images of like body changes and stuff are more gender neutral, I'd say. Some of them are. That's how they kind of weave that in, which is great for people looking for that as well. All right, there's a section on gender dysphoria, all right? And it talks about that. Love and attraction. Okay, so this is going to talk about different orientations now, all right? So one word we use to describe people who are not straight is queer. Some people use this word in a mean way, but others use it to describe their orientation. Some of the queer identities include gay, lesbian, bisexual, pansexual, questioning, and asexual. And just really quick explanations of each. Some people have a sense of their sexual orientations when they are young, but for others it can take much longer to know this part of themselves. Okay, so it goes into some people coming out and some of the fears LGBTQIA have. Okay, chapter 6 on sexual intercourse. And then the images will be some same-sex images too. Okay, so just normalizing some of these differences and stuff, okay? Oh, I loved the part, this is kind of a neat image that they have in there about twins. Anyways, this is a great book to check out if, this looks like some topics that you're ready to discuss with your child. Or like I said, you're a part of this community or suspect your child may be. This might be a good book to explore with them. Okay? All right, go check it out. Everybody book. Jen Elledge here. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next book review. Bye-bye.